Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new, and make sure you press that subscribe button as well as the like button, because today I am bringing you this super great DIY batter made from shea butter and carrot oil. Basically, we're continuing the carrot juice series, so make sure you stay tuned to find out how to get it done. Let's get started. Now, the first thing that you're obviously going to need is carrot oil. You can either watch my video on how to make your own DIY carrot oil or buy store-bought carrot oil, right? And then the next thing that you're going to need is a carrier oil, argan oil or castor oil. You can also watch a video that I made on carrier oils to choose which carrier oil is better for your hair. Right. Now, the next thing that you want to also have on hand is essential oils. Essential oils are good for your scalp, for your hair, like your hair growth as well. And I know I've been promising you guys a video on essential oils, and I have to say I finally recorded it and I just need to put it up, which is coming up after this video, right? So you have ylang ylang and rosemary oil, and you also have, of course, shea butter, which is the main butter. You have a mixing bowl, you have a mason jar, and you have a blender. And if like me, of course, an aloe vera, and if like me you didn't prepare your aloe vera properly like I did, because as you can see, I was cutting my aloe vera, preparing it, but I didn't chop it into pieces when I was putting it into my mixing bowl, and as such it had clumps. So you might need something like a blender and not a mixer like what I used, right? But that will only be to cut the aloe vera into tinier pieces, of which you can just skip that and use a mixer if you cut your aloe vera into smaller pieces. Or you can use aloe vera gel. You can buy aloe vera gel and use that instead of but not aloe vera juice. There's a complete difference between the two. Gel is quite thicker and that's what you want. It has slip, and juice is more watery and like ready to use or eat, or drink, right? So basically this is me preparing my aloe vera. That's the first step. And when you are done preparing your aloe vera, you are going to, you can either at this point blend it, or you just continue on like adding the rest of the products and do it all at once like what I did, right? So the next thing that you're going to add is going to be your carrot oil, right? You're going to add about, I think, a quarter cup, or maybe I'm lying. I added around about 50 to 60 mils of my carrot oil, right? This tiny bottle that I'm holding was about 50 mils, and I think I added a few more drops later on as well. I don't really measure most of my stuff, like I just do by my eye and get to the position that I want it to be. So like most of my videos where I do DIYs is just to show you the product that I use and how to put them together, and then you can just do what works for you, because at the end of the day we all receive things differently, right? And then I went on to add, I think this was castor oil. I think I added 2 or 3 tablespoons of it. Actually 2 tablespoons. And then I did the same with argan oil. I added 2 tablespoons of argan oil. I basically then went on to add about 120 grams or 150 grams of shea butter, right? But I did use tablespoons to do it, and I literally fully scooped my tablespoons, right? And I just, like I said, measured by my eye. But also the thing is, the jar that I used was pretty new, so I just took up until like a quarter of it, which should almost equate to around about half a cup. So that's how much shea butter I wanted. But at the end of the day, also it depends on the amount of quantity you want to make. And yeah. Next thing I did was add my essential oils, right? I basically always put in about 10 to 15, at most 20 drops for essential oil. And I think at this point I added about 11 though drops for each essential oil, because it was really mostly for the scent, you know, just to damp down the shea butter scent and to give it a little bit more oomph, you know what I mean? So yeah. The last step would be most probably the important step, which is to whisk your shea butter or whip it. Basically, whip it. But remember, if you didn't use a blender for your aloe vera, you might want to use a blender first, because like as you can see, like it's slipping through the whisk thingy, like I don't know what they call the whiskers or whatever. So like I'm saying a cat brand, but basically my aloe vera was slipping through the whiskers, and I had to do something about it. I did try using a spoon because somehow I thought it was gonna help me chop the aloe vera up, but I'm here to tell you that it doesn't work. Okay, use the proper gadget or slice it before you start whipping it. So basically now, this was me going in with a traditional blender, like a very old fashioned blender, right? But it basically did the trick. That's why I said at the beginning of the video that you need to blend your aloe vera. I think actually even if you cut it up just so that it's nice and smooth, you want to blend it first before you whip it. After that, just make sure that everything is whipped nice and smooth, and like constantly take the butter that's going up on the edges and bring it down. So you also incorporate it and you blend. So like you basically whisk for about 2 minutes or so, and then you're good to go. And then just like that, like your butter is done. Hey, like look at how good that looks. Never mind my camera not focusing properly, but this butter actually looks good. It feels good as well, and like it was essentially also very good on my scalp. Apparently, you can also use carrot butter like for your body to lighten up dark spots and all that stuff. But of course, this is over in a longer period of time, right? Okay. And I'm pretty sure you might also want to change a few contents that you put in. If you're going to put it on your body, you might not want to use Jamaican black oil. Maybe you want to use grapeseed oil instead, since it's a little lighter as well, you know. And then in the end, just put everything into your mason jar. Make sure you scoop every little thing, guys. This is your butter. This is your hard work, okay? But look at how good that butter looks. And there you go. You now have your butter for your LCO method or your LOC method, and you're good to go. There you have it, your whipped DIY carrot butter. And I don't know how big that thing is, but it's probably more than 500 mils or somewhere around there, 500 grams, I mean. And guys, there we have it. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like the video. Also smash that like button. Engage with me on my socials at Sasha_Annamercy. And until next week, guys, or rather until the next video. By the way, I'm also celebrating my 1-year YouTube anniversary, so happy birthday, Sasha Annamercy's Diary. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Much love and take care.